I had shivers. I had complete shivers the first time I saw it from the beginning to end, and I was like, this is fantastic. I think that The Witcher 3 was quite a sweet spot of size team-wise. Mostly because we were quite a smaller team. When I joined, we were like, 150-ish people, and we grew to 200, 250 to make the whole, and across the whole discipline and everything. So it was quite a sweet spot. The communication-wise was quite fine. You know, I could just walk to anyone at a walking distance. Right now, if I want to walk to the Witcher 4 team, I think I have to like walk a kilometer to the other building. So it was quite a sweet spot of size. So the communication was not as much of an issue. The art team versus programming team were quite, you know, much more aligned also. We still had problems, but we were able to make the game as we used to do in the industry for decades. When we scale up to Cyberpunk, now we almost double the team to make this game. Now it's getting a bit more scary because now the more you have people, now the more the communication problems start to arise. Fast forward now where we are. Especially after the launch of Cyberpunk, so we had some self-introspection about, okay, we do not see a way that we can scale down back to 150 people for because of the reality of the ambition plus what the people expect from our product. So we needed to change a little bit the way we approach game development. For sure, we don't think that it's sustainable to grow to thousands of people to make a game. So this is not something we want to do. We still want to keep around ballpark, Cyberpunk scale, if not less a little bit, of people to make one game. So this is the approach we have much more as a company now. One is a sprawling city, verticality, more organic design of a city, right? So not like it was not a city like New York, right? So it's much more organic, very disgusting world, right? Lots of trash, lots of details that needed to be handled, graffiti everywhere. You have vehicles, which we don't have necessarily in the Witcher universe, bigger crowd, different behaviors, different encounters. When we go back to The Witcher though, it is a much more dynamic world a little bit, mostly because of forest. So when you go to forest is a completely different challenge technically to make it as good as possible. So this is challenging, but we still have like some, of course, as always, like Novigrad where we have The Witcher 3. So you can imagine we'll definitely have some city in some form going forward, so this is still there. But I think one of the biggest issue we have right now is how to design forest and how to make it, everything is moved all the time, how to make it feeling that it's alive, how do we improve from The Witcher 3 forest, how do we make monsters, wildlife and everything fits into this universe, completely different design. And of course, like you went from a shooters, first person, to now back to a third person, sword and magic. Also the agenda is quite different that we have on Cyberpunk. So The Witcher, of course, Ciri or Geralt, they are full-fledged characters. They have their own personality, there are things that they will not do. While when you go to Cyberpunk, V is a more mercenary. She has more freedom about how she wants to tackle the world in an evil or good way. Well, it's very difficult to see Geralt starting to go GTA style. Very, very difficult to see. So there's different constraints, of course, but completely different way to approach this, yes. The Witcher is very Polish. I'm not Polish. I'm still learning actually about what does it mean to make a Polish game, if you want. All the lore, all the things that comes from the folklore, and sometimes I have no idea it's come. And then when I'm talking with some people, they explain to me, oh no, this is a very deep folklore things that we have in Poland that I have no idea. And while Night City is a more American topic, much more American, we of course, Night City has a very Cyberpunk as a Europe vibe, because it was designed by us, of course, it's not, so it has some particularity, but also it's a world where, the body is not holy anymore, right? So completely different way of designing the team, this game. So two different IP, two different culture. I think that even our friend from PR, they were not expecting that it would be as well received, because it's very difficult to explain. We do a tech demo, right? And it's like, tech demo, how do we discuss this with you guys? I think it turns out very well. When we were in Orlando and we were doing the rehearsal, I think I had shivers. I had complete shivers the first time I saw it from the beginning to end, and I was like, this is fantastic. this is fantastic. Of course, we saw it on the little screen and we were iterating on it, but when we saw it on the big screen, we were like, okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be great. I think the most interesting one is probably when you reunite with the Witchers in Kaer Morhen. The reason why is because all those characters have been following you around since we started our journey with Geralt at CDPR, and I think it was really great to actually even continue building into those great characters. And I think all the quests with those characters were great. I'm a sucker for a nostalgia moment, especially when you're an IP fan or like a game fan, and you have all those moments that you know those characters, you've been working with them or having discussion with them in the previous game. I think it's great. There is of course all the quests that goes also with The Witcher 2, Leto, which I thought was great. So if you say that you didn't kill him, spoiler, I think it's great to have him back and having this character back. So I really think this is great. And also just the dialogues were fantastic. You did your research. There is a CDPR and there's the rest. I think CDPR Cyberpunk, I think, is definitely my proudest moment. Regardless of the release, I think the technology we build is amazing. The game is amazing. I think, again, as I said earlier, I think it will pass the test of time. I'm always super happy when I see all the benchmark people still using this game as the number one on their list. Like, okay, new hardware comes, Cyberpunk, how does it work? What we achieve with path tracing and whatnot is great. So yeah, super happy. Hopefully there will be more coming and I can replace it. But I can say to you, I can also answer about other game that I worked on, which is not CDPR. Feel free to cut it. I think the best project I did is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. This game was great. I think it's still great if no one never played it. I was extremely sad when this game disappeared because I knew they had some license problem. Now it's back on all platforms, on Switch and all consoles. It's a fantastic game, one of the best game experience. Best project I ever worked on.